Watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Just got done with a ridiculous journey of an order. Roads jacked up, construction, all of everything. It was a long ride to take this order. So just got back. But while getting back, I noticed something at one of the places that I picked up from, and we gonna talk about it. You see what the title is, okay? Are we in the end times? Okay, the mark of the beast. Okay, is it real? Is it true? We're gonna go ahead and get into that, but before we do get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the comment. Now, I don't care if you give a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. I'll take all thumbs down if you want to give me the thumbs down. But make sure, do go ahead and tell a friend that, you know what, you were watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese, and it was cool. I had a good time because the information that came through was all the way there, okay? So we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to talk about a situation and see if we'll go ahead and see if the situation pans out. Take in your inputs, your outputs, whatever you want to do with the situation. But the topic is there. Are we in the end times? And I'm gonna go ahead and talk about this. I don't have all that much time that I want to spend on it. That's why I did not do it on StreamYard. Topics like this, so sometimes random people will just click on, and because they want to speak and say something about it, and with the time frame, cannot do it. Wish I was doing this in the morning time, but I did not see it until after getting done with that ridiculous order. Now, we know that we've been seeing and going to places where they say, come with the exact amount because we have no change. And a lot of people were saying, where is all this change going that they are collecting? Because if we are giving the change, when you go to the store, if we are giving the change, then where is all that change going? What are they doing with all of that change for there to be no change? How is there going to be a change shortage? It's very hard to create that. But with a plan, okay, you can go ahead and make that happen. Now, that's one of the first signs of the mark of the beast, which with the end times, they go in together there. That goes into the mark of the beast. Now, for those of you who know about the mark of the beast, okay, you're not going to be able to buy, sell, trade, do anything. If you want to save, you won't be able to do anything because your number, your code that you're going to have is going to be implanted into your body, just like how they have with pets, how you can find your pet. They are testing it on inmates, and actually in some places, some corporations, the companies, and they put a chip in their employee's hand. That's how they scan in the building. That's how they go to the vending machine. They have a chip already input into their hand. So we already have it out there. They're going to be trying it on inmates. They want to do it on all inmates. So this is something else that you guys got to know about when you're looking into the election, things like this. Okay. So for these things to be put in place for the ultimate thing to happen, which makes it, are we in the end times? Okay, so that's where that comes from, right there. So we already have people that have it implanted, into their hands already. Okay, which means that these people, they have already given in. So if you don't have whatever it is that they're going to do, we already have on the debit card, you have that chip. Okay, that chip is GPS, and that's how they are able to track us, monitor us, and everything throughout all day. So it's like a giant board, and you just see pieces moving all day. They probably have it color coded, so red, so someone's gone. How many reds did we have calculated? And whoop, 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 whoop. So I don't know what they're gonna use. We already have the chip, but there's gonna be a sign that you will be able to go ahead and use so that you can go and do your thing. If you guys are into the hip hop and music and the fashion and the entertainment realm, you guys already know about symbols where they do things like that. And you know, you'll see shadings of the eyes, and there's different things that you will see that go on. All of that is tied into all of this with the end times, because we are seeing it a whole lot more. Okay, we're seeing it a whole lot more. It said that, man, beasts will be roaming everything. There's going to be disease. There's going to be a lot of spreading. I'm going to take it like this. Remember when you would be like at a family gathering or just in public, period, and if a girl showed her belly button while she was wearing a shirt, they said showing the belly button was way too much, and they pretty much would classify that girl as a skeezer, heifer, or anything that you want to say. That's what it was. Now people are pretty much going out butt naked. You got teenagers and kids going out butt naked and all that other stuff. It said we're going to see a whole lot of craziness that we normally would not be seeing. There's going to be things going on. There's going to be a lot of things being passed in the governments that's going to be allowing a whole lot of things. So that's why, you know, you got to think, are we in the end times? Now, I don't care about what denomination of Christianity you belong to. The end times is the end times, and can't no one debate and go against that. Now, if you're Muslim, if you're Jewish, we all know about the end times. All right, so we're looking at society now and saying, are we in the end times? Look at our society now. Okay, look at our society now on where it is, and are we in the end times? You have to look at it in that way. So you don't seem crazy for even wanting to think about it, because you can't speak about things like this in front of certain people because they will deem you as something else. But in all reality, we are here. That is a message that we were all told. We were all told to look both ways before we cross the street. And we all look both ways before we cross the street. We were all told this. The earthquakes that are happening around the world in places that normally don't have earthquakes. Okay? Volcanoes are erupting. Glaciers are breaking down. There's a whole lot of stuff going on that people aren't talking about, but the people who are running for power to run the country, these things are and you got to pay attention to these things. These are the things that really matter. Okay? It's not make America great again. Let's make America great by doing what we got to do. Ultimately, we already know what it says in all the books on what's going to happen. So I'm saying, and I'm asking, are we in the end times now? Look at the same-sex marriages. There's nothing, I'm not going against anybody or anything else like that. I'm just using it as an example. Look at the same-sex marriages. We have people that are getting their bodies augmented to resemble a dog. We have people cutting their ears to look like elves and to do all these things, and your body is supposed to be your temple, and the complete annihilation of that is a straight slap in the face to you know who. So I'm saying, are we in the end times now? That is the question right there. Are we in the end times now? And I think we are. I really think we are. We are in the end times now. For one, how could there be a coin shortage and we don't have any change? And at the local wing stop forever, not for a period of time, not for anything. It's going to be forever. No more cash. No more cash. Card only. Which means that everything is going to have to go through what I do for a line of work in the logistics category, the delivery work. Everything is going to be done by a Uber Eats, a DoorDash, a Curry, a Roadie, a Hungry Panda if you're Asian. It's gonna be done by Walmart, Instacart. It's gonna be done by Shipt. It's gonna be done by Amazon Flex, Amazon Prime, UPS, DHL, Uline, It's going to be done by delivery workers and people all being, you know, in the logistics field. All these trucks, all these vehicles are being monitored. That's how they're going to be able to do it. You're going to get your food when you do it digitally. They're going to know exactly what you ate, what you're eating, and everything. Okay? It all starts by taking away the change in order for us to get to the mark of the beast. In order for us to get to the mark of the beast, you got to start putting people in funnel and funneling people down in a way to where they're going to be forced into this, which means your Apple Pays, your Google Pays, your Window Pays, you're going to be using a lot of that. Your Venmos, your Cash Apps, you're going to be using a lot of these things, the PayPals. You're going to be using a lot of these things, which is why on a lot of these apps, you can actually go in there and trade and buy stocks and do all that other stuff. And they're watching all right there to see exactly what you're doing. So are we in the end times, and is the mark of the beast coming? Because if my rule is, if there's 1, there's 10, if there's 10, there's 100, if there's 100, there's 1,000. Okay? If you didn't get that, if there's 1, there's 10, if there's 10, there's 100, if there's 100, there's 1,000, and so on and so on. So this is a Wingstop, and Wingstop is part of it's franchised. So there's many locations. This location has now done away with all cash, which means you can only go ahead and use your card, your debit card, and do all that other stuff. That is it. No more cash. No more cash. So now if more of the locations only want to deal with cash, and we know that we got people who are doomsday preparers. They didn't dug up their whole front and backyards, their whole 2 acres and a mule, all that, and they buried all that cash and everything because they say we still gonna need this to trade and do whatever we go have to do. People will say, well, what's going to be the benefit if money don't mean anything? Well, if we on the outskirts running for our lives like on The Walking Dead, all we got is the money that we know what it means and how we got currency. But we got doomsday preparers out there that did all that stuff, dug up their yards, did all that stuff, and hid all the money. But now they're going to make it so that we're not going to be able to use the money. Okay, so one Wingstop means that there's going to be another Wingstop. Now, in that shopping center, other places will start doing that also, because now, guess what's going to happen? They're going to say that this is how they can keep the panhandlers out of the properties. When you can keep the panhandlers out of the properties, they're going to go ahead and give them that sales pitch that this is going to be a more successful place for you of business because it's going to be safer. More foot traffic will be able, you will see more faces every day for your business, which is going to give you an opportunity to go ahead to make more money. For those of you who don't know about sales, that is how they're going to sell the other businesses, which means the landlord, he may have a meeting or send out a letter to all the tenants of all the places that he has inside there to let them know that there's going to be a change. And he's pretty much going to say that you cannot have your business in here if you do not have them on no cash, only the cards. There's going to be someone that's going to be able to push that owner of that lot, because that owner of that lot owns another lot with other businesses and other businesses. So he's going to be in control of a lot of money. So in order for them to control him, they have to make sure he's getting all his money like that. So now they can see where all of his money is and how it's going. They have to funnel all those people up. So if this one Wingstop does it and now all the other businesses here go along suit and it's a whole zone of no more cash, I'm telling you, this is how they're going to start to separate our classes, upper and lower class and all that other stuff. Because the people who don't want to give that up, they'll still be out there using cash and everything. And then they're going to make using cash illegal. They're going to start saying that if you have any cash on you, it's going to be illegal. That is the only way for them to go ahead and regulate all that. Will that happen? Don't know, but it looks like if they take away the cash, then that is what's going to happen. If you take it away, you got to punish people for having it. Ain't that right? Cash is now going to be on the black market. Cash is now going to be on the black market. You can no longer use the cash. You can no longer use the cash. And I think I put this thing to no chat on accident. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. And they're gonna make cash on the black market to where it's gonna be like, man, you got some cash? Man, cash is gonna be like super collectible. That's why they have to get rid of it. They have to get rid of all that cash. And they're only gonna let certain owners have the cash because they want to get rid of all the cash. Okay? Now, when you have no more cash, what do you have? You have plastic in your hand. You have a GPS chip. Okay? You have a GPS chip. That's what you have. You have a phone. Your phone is with you. They are watching you through your phone to make sure you are going to be using that shit to make that purchase. We all have been in the transitions to where on your phone, on your apps, you have your card numbers, you have your Apple Pay, your Google Pay, you have everything set up. Most of us, if we lose our phone, it is a wrap. My phone just got fixed, had to go spend emergency money on the phone because the port was not, man, it was no power, no nothing. The guy had to order the part, take it apart, put it up inside there, and now it's good as new. But everything was off. Everything was off on it. I had to put my stuff on my wife's phone from an Android to an Apple, and that was ridiculous right there. Without my phone, it was like crazy. You put so much into your phone that if it's gone, you were like, what the hell can I do? Because that's where a lot of your numbers are. I'm talking about like your serious numbers now. I'm talking about like your serious numbers, like your if you wanted to go apply for any job or anything, you can pretty much just bam, bam, bam. Driver's license numbers and your socials and all that stuff is in there. You have them all saved in files. You have them all saved in files. And you just click that file and go to it because you know it's right there. You know it's right there. Your phones are so much of what you do. If you lose it, it's a wrap, but that is how you pay. That's how you pay. The phone is actually another step for the mark of the beast. You already put all your stuff to funnel it into that phone to now go ahead and use that to now pay. So not only if you don't use your phone, you are now just using your card, your GPS on that chip that they are following you around with all day. So I got to ask you, are we in the end of times? In today's day, from when you were as a little kid, and look at how the times have changed from when you were a little kid. Look at the changes all around. Look at how it was when you went to school compared to how it is now. Look at how that is. Look and see if they took a lot of the things away. A lot of these schools look like prisons because the police are out there nonstop patrolling the schools. They look like prisons. Remember home economics? Remember when you had to make your gym bag? You had to sew it and do everything. I forgot the sewing machine. It was a spring or something. You have to go ahead and use that. You have to go to the old lady store and go to the sewing machine section. You went to Sears and Roebuck or J.C. Penney's. You went to a place like that and went with your mom and had to go get the right stuff so that you can make your gym bag and go to class with Miss Lips. Miss Lips was the Japanese lady who loved some home ec. She's the one that taught you how to make the cinnamon biscuits in class and made them taste so good. You were cooking things in home ec. Then we had wood shop and metal shop. We had wood shop and metal shop. They took all that stuff away. They took a lot of the things that we used to have that made our society and everything good, that made us want to believe that the religion that we were taught is actually real, which makes the question, are we in the end of times? I don't care if you're Muslim. I don't care what denomination of Christian you are. I don't care if you're Jewish. I don't care if you are whatever. And I do care if you are atheist, because I would like to know if an atheist would say, well, yeah, from what they say, this is your end times, and we will see. Because a lot of atheists are Satanists. Okay? If you guys have read Crowley's books and all that other stuff, you would understand what I'm talking about. Okay? But the atheist part of it is that you are the creator of your own destiny, is what they would say. You are your own boss. You are your own boss. Thank you for that thumbs up. Give me a thumbs down if you would like to. You are your own boss. You are everything. There's no one that runs you, even though you see that there's another higher power. You tell yourself that no, because the atheist has to believe that. So an atheist still believes in something. So, but most of them are Satanists also, who Satanist is a child of God. Satanel. He's an angel. Okay? He's an angel. Okay? Emmanuel, Noel, Raphael, the angels, Michael, the angels, the archangels, and there's a few more. Satanists, Satan. So they are still coming from someone like that. So I would like to hear from one of them about if they think that this is the end times, and if they ever thought about, could it be the end times if they really did believe that there will be an end times. And this goes for anyone that is a Scientologist also. I would like to know, what do you guys think? To me personally, I say yes. I say yes. They're tearing down schools and putting up parking lots. They're doing all of that. Things are weird. A lot of people don't realize the ramifications on whoever wins this election. There's a lot. There's things that have been signed. Think about that. They're taking away the cash. We have a restaurant that's only doing cards and online everything now. Think about that. They're taking this stuff away. Are we in the end times? Man. I got something else to say. I'm going to give you guys a story. There's a guy who works in a place. Lady goes in hungry. She goes to try to steal money out the register. 300-pound guy throws her against the wall. Her husband comes back, knocks him out in the back of the head, gives him a concussion. He put it up on YouTube publicly. And because of that, he's mad that people are talking about it. Okay. He's mad that people are talking about it. I say this. Don't put your business on Front Street and then get mad when someone talks about it. If you never put it out, no one would ever know. So by doing it and then to get mad at people means that you created some type of fiery thing for yourself. Someone actually did that, you guys. And that's weird. This makes me think that we're in the end times, that people will actually do things like that just to go ahead to get something for themselves. Should you feel wrong for speaking on something that's kind of wild? Any other news story that goes on and that's brought up, someone will go ahead and say, dang, did you hear about that? But it's not like someone found out and brought it up. The person put it out themselves and now is upset with whoever has an opinion about it. People, if you put yourself on public, once it's here, it's always here. If you put yourself up in public and you think that it's private, and you think that what you are saying is not public, it's private, there is something wrong with you. Either you like all that, whatever else that comes with it, but it's here. And while it's here, publicly and accessible, people can make comments on whatever the hell they feel like. You have the right to do that. You're in America. If you don't want people to talk about, and this is a crazy story, could just kick the lady out. She tried to grab money out the register. You picked her up and threw her against the wall. She told her boyfriend, he came back and got you. Don't put that stuff up, because people will make comments about that. And you should not be upset about the comments that people make. Maybe you get upset because you know, like, damn, all right. But don't get mad at people and do all this other stuff. People, what you put out there is what you put out there. Remember that. Can't no one take it back? You can't take it back because you already put it out there. Think about the question, are we in the end times? They're taking away cash at local restaurants. And do you think that you could put stuff up publicly and think it'll remain privately? Leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe. Deep thought. We out of here.